I'm outside 25501 Zeman here in Euclid as I start the exterior walkthrough. As you can see, the roof and siding are in generally good condition overall. There's, of course, this large tree which is overhanging and in contact with the roof. The gutters also need to be cleaned with a lot of leaf litter present in there. Some vegetation at the left rear corner and then also above the garage too, so you'll see that noted in the report. It looks like the electrical meter has been nicely updated. It is the original 3-wire service, so I'll have some comments about that in the electrical section of the report. Basement windows are original. Newer vinyl replacement windows, with the exception of the large picture window, which is the original wood window, which is really common. Oftentimes that one's not replaced when others are, just due to the expense of that individual window. The driveway is in decent shape as far as condition. There's not a lot of cracking. However, you'll see here and in the report that it's settled and it's now pitched towards the foundation. There's some signs of kind of residual moisture there, but it looks like they've attempted to add some waterproofing material here, so that settlement can cause surface water to run towards the foundation. It's also made the step into the home a bit too high. It's close to a foot when it should be 8 inches or less. So general look here, detached garage. Yeah, as I mentioned, the roof's in good place. Or in good shape. There is an addition that was built on the rear of the home. A lot of vegetation has kind of grown in through the concrete. There is no central air exterior unit at the moment, and you can see this is the north side of the house, which gets a lot of shade. It needs a good power washing. Some gutter improvements here. You can see this one's beginning to pull away from the house here. And then with the garage, we have some gaps here, and the gutter at the rear is damaged, which has caused some moisture damage to the wood sheathing underneath. You can see here there's a lot of wood rot present in this area. Interior doesn't look that bad. Usually when there's that degree of moisture, it gets into the interior, but it looks like the damage is kind of isolated just to the sheathing. Obviously an older garage structure. They've added some steel supports. The foundation here it looks like this was almost added on. They've definitely re-poured a slab over top here. There's electrical, it's all GFCI. However, I think due to some of that settlement, this man door here contacts the top of the jamb, which prevents it from opening and closing. But just look at the updated electrical here. So from here, I'm going to start in the basement interior. I was unable to perform the sewer sanitary line scope because, again, it's the original cast iron plumbing stack and there is no access to it. Of course, you'll see that noted in the report too. It's always good to have that added just so inspection or cleaning can be done if needed. Okay, I'm down at the basement level of the home as we start the interior walkthrough. First thing to note is these floor tiles here, which have been sort of painted and coated over in the majority of the surface. There's some additional ones here in this little bathroom area. You can see just by the design and the size, those are likely asbestos containing material. Very common. You could always cover them to encapsulate it. That is considered encapsulated by the EPA if you carpet over them. And then the next thing I want to point out was this discoloration here along the base of the wall. This is the driveway side of the home. You can see it. There's some sort of past repair here too on the wall. It's definitely some residual moisture minimally coming in there. Moisture meter readings were elevated, so I think repairs to the driveway there would go a long way to correct that. The foundation itself appears to be in good shape. There is some minor bowing here of kind of the upper section of the smaller block. Not an immediate structural concern, but certainly worth noting in the report. It's an older furnace. It's running now. You can probably hear that. It's older and needed a good clean and servicing. There's water softening equipment here, as well as a reverse osmosis filtration system, which is along this back wall. Those just above the fan there. For city water, that's usually just a sort of preferential thing. You don't really need it. It can certainly be removed. Water heater's in good condition overall back there. And the electrical looks really nicely upgraded. 100 amp main, newer panel. Of course, there'll be pictures, and everywhere you need ground fault protection has it currently. So some good electrical upgrades for sure. Ductwork here, again, another very common thing. It's wrapped in that, it's sort of like a cloth, potentially asbestos containing tape that they used to use to seal and insulate ductwork. Again, it's a common finding, but something that will be noted in the report. Beyond that, insulation needs, kind of, again, typical for the date of construction. And current standards always recommend any outlet that's in an unfinished section of the basement to be a GFI protected circuit. So that will be noted in the report as well. From here, I'm going to finish doing the main and upper level, and we'll be done with the video. Okay, I'm inside the front door of the home as we look at the living room. You can see some electrical has been added here to accommodate an outlet in the ceiling fan. There's a minor wiring correction needed with that outlet. It's reading reverse polarity, which just means the hot and neutral wires are connected to the improper screws. There's a mix of windows, some wood sliders, wood double hung, and vinyl double hung. A number of thermal seals, which is mostly a cosmetic issue, which kind of clouds the panes of glass, will be noted in the report. But other than that, the windows are in satisfactory condition. Look at the first bedroom here. The rear left bedroom here. This is the back side of the shower. You can see these two white pipes are pretty small and not really a typical installation for a shower. That would be noted in the report. Look at the bathroom here with vinyl floor. The pedestal sink is really loose. That will be noted in the report. But again, you have ground fault protection here where you like to see it. Newer fiberglass surround. Look at the kitchen. I think we have a light bulb out here. This is the rear addition of the home. There's this wall-mounted gas unit that direct vents through the back of the house. It's in the off position and fairly old, so there's no really way for me to test that. You probably don't need an HVAC or heating and cooling source here, but that is the only one. There is no ductwork servicing this part of the house. Look at the kitchen. Again, GFI protection at that outlet along the wall. We'll head upstairs. As with most of these homes, this area of the home is finished. You can see here the insulation is on the older side and is completely sort of deteriorated. That will be noted as a defect in the report. And again, there's a general need for CO, carbon monoxide, and smoke detectors around, which will be identified in the report. There is an HVAC source here with the heat run in the floor. And a look at the rest of the finished area up here. So with that, obviously the report will have lots of detail, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you very much.